Today, I'm going to teach you about iMovie. But not just any iMovie. iMovie for the iPad. The first step, of course, is to find the iMovie app, so find it and click it. If there's no movies already saved on your iPad, it'll say Coming Soon up here. That's where the name of your movie will eventually go. Go ahead and hit the plus button down below. For this project, you're going to choose New Project. Trailer is another great feature of iMovie. You can explore that one on your own later. The initial screen that you see will be different depending on if there's any video or pictures already in the iPad. If there's already video, most of them will show up right here on your left. To insert that media into your timeline down below where you'll actually make your movie, all you have to do is click on the video that you'd like to. The nice thing about iMovie is you're not limited to video. You can actually use pictures in your camera roll or photo library that you can include in your movie. For this assignment, I'm going to have you click on the camera button down here on the bottom right, and that's where you'll record your video. Once the camera viewfinder opens up, all you need to do is push the record button over here on the right. Notice that I have the picture sideways. This is the aspect ratio that's best for watching video on a television, iPad, or computer. So I would recommend you keep it this way. If you want to film yourself, you'll see the camera button down below. Just click on that and it'll turn on the front camera on the iPads. Once you're finished filming your scene, you'll see that it'll automatically show up down below. There's also an indicator of how much time you have there. Remember, you have 1 minute of video total for this project, so keep track of that number. If you want to edit out pieces of your film, all you need to do is click on it so it's highlighted in yellow. Then with your finger, simply swipe down with your finger along the red line. It will cut your film into more than one piece at that point. If you want to delete it, simply grab the piece you want to get rid of, drag it up out of the timeline, you'll see a little cloud form. When you release it, it will be deleted. As you add more and more video to your collection, you'll see your new video show up above in the video area. If there's a little yellow line around it, it means you've already used it in your movie, which is kind of nice. You'll also see the pieces down below, and you're going to see that it adds these little transitions in between. You have the ability to adjust those as well. You only have a couple of choices with regards to transitions. The types of transitions are limited. You have cross-dissolve, or you can actually use your theme. We'll talk more about themes in just a second. You also can adjust the amount of time. Remember, if a transition is long, say 2 seconds, it is going to cut off some of the end and the beginning of the 2 frames on either side. By clicking the settings button up in the top right, it will bring up your project settings. They give you quite a few choices of preset themes. You can decide whether or not you want the theme music on, do you want it to loop in the background, and then of course you have fade in and fade out at the beginning and end of your movie. So go ahead and play with that if you'd like. You may or may not need voiceovers for your movie. What you need to do is set up your timeline so the red line is in line with where you want your recording to start. Then all you do is click the little microphone button. It'll give you a new pop-up. You click the record button, it'll count you down, and it'll record whatever you'd like. Keep in mind, your voiceover doesn't replace what's there. It adds it on top of that as another layer. How do we know that? Click the little squiggly button here, and you'll see what happens. Now you can see all the different places where there's sound in your movie. If you check out these little waves, that means that's a little bit louder, there's a little bit here. One of the things you really want to make sure you do is if you're recording over something, you want to make sure that this sound goes away, whereas this sound, the one that you recorded your voice over, replaces it. Here's how you do that. Just double click on the piece that you'd like to adjust the sound for, and what will happen is the clip settings will pop up. And when you're in clip settings, simply take this slider here and move it all the way down. Or simply click here to turn off the sound for your clip. That way, just the voiceover recording will be heard. If you need to adjust your voiceover recording volume, you can double click on that one too, and you'll get this same type setting for that volume. If you want to add titles anywhere, just double click on the clip that you want the titles in. And you'll see up above that it opens a box that once you click on it, you can type in any sort of titles you like. You can decide the style by clicking on this button here. It'll show you the different styles. If you have location services on, it'll automatically figure out where you are, and I haven't quite figured out how to tell it I'm not really in Fremont, although I hear Fremont's very nice.
And don't forget, you can always hit the help button.
Good luck, and have a great time making your movies. Goodbye.